Hey, this is Jonathan Eccleston, and the person known as Stephen Dew doesn't really know what the definition of source material means and how movies in particular should follow the source material very loyally, otherwise they end up alienating their main fan base, meaning the movie itself will explode when it comes to its box office numbers it puts up. Last year specifically, we saw that with Spider-Man Homecoming, which did not meet the box office expectations for it, as well as other movies varied into, let's just say, underperforming because their source material was not followed enough to warrant the fans to get on board with it. But Stephen Dew thinks movies like Spider-Man Homecoming definitely followed its source material enough to warrant everyone to like it. But if that was the case, Spider-Man Homecoming would have beat its box office expectations and delivered at least $1 billion at the box office worldwide, but it didn't. Therefore, clearly there was people that did not like the movie Spider-Man Homecoming, therefore showcasing that the Spider-Man Homecoming source material, because it wasn't followed so loyally, it really cost them quite a bit of money, Disney, that was left on the table, and Sony. But of course, we're going to see this again this year with the movies coming out and how they follow their respective source material. And surely enough, if they don't follow the source material, again, we're just going to get another Spider-Man Homecoming here and there, underperforming at the worldwide box office when the respective brand should be putting up better numbers. Most recently, Star Wars The Last Jedi did not follow its source material and literally went off a cliff, which ended up making it lose so much potential money that was left on the table, and that again was Studio Disney. But Stephen Dew himself, by supporting all these movies that don't follow the source material, really showcases he doesn't care about accuracy, no matter how much he makes out he's a comic book fan, because otherwise these comic book movies like Spider-Man Homecoming, then he wouldn't like, but also try and campaign for a change in the source material. And honestly, I think Stephen Dew would cast himself as the Human Torch, and he's Asian, meaning that clearly that would not be following the source material. But Stephen Dew, as I've said, doesn't care about the source material and sticking loyal to it. Therefore, he'll support anything that's made, comic book movie or anything else that doesn't support the source material, just to despite the source material itself and the fans of that source material. And I'm sure Stephen Dew will come up with plenty of reasoning why he does care about the source material of respective movies, particularly comic book movies, because they didn't change it so much. Well, at the end of the day, changing the source material a little bit would be just maybe casting one character a different ethnicity, not casting the whole blaming supporting cast in Spider-Man Homecoming a different race to suit a diversity agenda. That's what we call not following the source material. So Stephen Dew, trying to explain that away, because I think you'll struggle because clearly you don't know what accuracy is when it comes to movies following its source material, particularly when it comes to comic book movies. So I'd love to hear your comments below of what you think about this so-called Stephen Dew not caring about source material and doesn't know that the accuracy of source material is not Spider-Man Homecoming. That does not represent accurately following the source material, which Stephen Dew might need to learn. Actually, it's not representative of the source material in any way, shape or form very closely. And clearly there's a growing problem with movies, particularly comic book movies, not following its source material that was created to be followed. Also, be sure to click that subscribe button and give this video a like to support this channel. So thank you for tuning in, and it's a goodbye from me for now.